So we are going to class 6, managing hunger and fullness skills. Managing hunger and fullness skills. The reason why most of us overeat is because we always feel hungry. And when we are hungry, we tend to look for something to put in our mouth. So how do you manage hunger? And how do you manage fullness? Some of us will be full, but because the food is sweet or because of the money we used in preparing or buying the food, we still want to eat more so that it will not waste. How do we manage fullness and how do we manage hunger? You see, all the illness caused by excess weight are caused by overeating. So overeating is a very terrible problem that we all should look into. And for us as parents, let's try to always inculcate the habit of eating the right portion of food into our children. Now, hunger is your body's natural cue that it needs more food. When hunger comes, sometimes you feel weak, sometimes it will feel headache, you feel so tired. Why? The reasons why you are hungry. The first thing is if you are not eating enough protein. If you are not eating enough protein, you will always be hungry. Protein has a natural way of filling up your stomach for a very long period of time, because it takes a longer period for it to digest. Beans, egg, meat, legumes, all forms of protein, dairy products stays in the stomach for a very longer period of time than all other classes of food. So if you are hungry, look at the rice you ate the day you felt hungry almost immediately, like 1-2 hours after eating the rice. Was there any protein added? If there was any protein added, what's the proportion of the protein that you had? So that's part of the reasons why you feel hungry. If you are not taking enough protein, you feel hungry. Take for instance, if you take garri and moimoi, compare it to if you take garri alone. Even if you take pap and moimoi, compare it to when you take pap alone. Maybe you take pap and sugar, or pap and tea, and you take pap and moimoi. Which one stays in your stomach for a very long time? Of course, the one that has protein inculcated into the meal. So when you eat enough protein, you don't get hungry. So we want to manage hunger. Ensure you take enough of protein. Then if you are not sleeping enough, you also tend to be hungry, because not sleeping enough has a way of waking up the enzymes that makes you feel hungry. The enzymes are lying there doing nothing, but when you don't sleep, you are always active more than necessary. 20 hours in a day you are active. You tend to eat more because you activate the hormones that are necessary to make you feel hunger. Now, if you are eating too many refined carbs, let me make an illustration. If you eat the same size of indomie and the same size of rice, the same size of noodles and the same size of rice, which one will stay longer in your stomach? Rice will stay longer. If you eat 2 cups of indomie and you eat 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of indomie will only last you for a very short time, maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. But if you eat 2 cups of rice, it will still take you more 1 hour, 2 hours. Now, between rice and indomie, which is more processed? Of course, indomie. So the more you eat processed foods, the more the hunger you feel. And there is no two ways to that. And that's why we talk about ofada rice. People complain it's expensive. Well, if you can finish 2 cups of polished rice, the white rice, I can assure you, you cannot finish a cup of ofada rice. No matter the amount you spend in buying ofada, it is still way much cheaper than white rice, than the foreign rice, because you can't finish it on time. If a whole family, we are a family of 4, we cook 2.5 cups of ofada rice and we still struggle to finish it. For the fact that we still struggle to finish it, it will still stay in your stomach for a long period of time. If you take ofada rice in the morning, go to bank, I can assure you there is no amount of hunger you want to feel. You can't get hungry till around 3-4. Now take rice, you get hungry 10-11, you still look for something to eat. So who is spending more? Myself that had just 2 cups of ofada rice and I'm okay, apart from the nutrients it's supplying, I'm okay till evening. And you that had white rice and you still have to be looking for money to eat and here and there, apart from the health implications of eating refined carbs. So go for unrefined carbs. Go for unrefined carbs. Let me give another example. If you eat maize and you take pap, which one stays longer in your tummy? Of course, maize. Maize has not been processed. The eri, so to say, I'm a Yoruba lady, the shaft has not been removed. You ate everything. Now take pap and tell me you won't be hungry. The same thing goes for refined rice and unprocessed unrefined rice. So, and that's how it goes for all forms of food that undergoes processing. So when you eat processed foods, forget it. You get hungry easily, then you overeat, then you get excess weight. And then let me also tell us that the more you process the food, the higher calories it gets. So if corn has 10 calories, pap will have 15 or 20 calories. Now you are taking the pap and you are still going to eat more calories because it will digest on time. If white rice contains 20 calories, ofada rice has like 10 calories. Now ofada rice will stay more in your stomach, fill you, give you more nutrients. The rice you are eating has more calories, it gets digested on time, you tend to eat more. So you see the reason why you should go for unrefined foods. Then if your diet is very low in fat, the other class we talked about saturated and unsaturated fat. If your diet is very, very low in fat and you are not substituting with enough protein, then you will get hungry easily. If you are not drinking enough water, you get hungry easily. Take enough water. It's very, 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 in fact, this cannot be overemphasized. Take enough water. Clean up your system. And then let's be observant. Healthy eaters are very, very observant. Like 2 weeks ago, I discovered that when I urinate, it's colored. And it's unlike me. I know I don't have malaria. So I did a mini malaria test I can do at home. I know I don't have malaria. So what's happening? I questioned myself. What strange thing did I eat? My urine is not supposed to be like this. I'm not feeling weak. I'm not feeling headache. I'm not feeling anything. Then I increased my water intake. I deliberately increased my water intake. And the thing came back to normal. Then I now went to the hospital. Actually, my son fell sick and I took him to hospital and I just did tests. And we discovered high quantity of protein in my urine. So when you drink enough water, it eats you a lot of issues. Drinking water is good for your kidney. Drinking water is good for the liver. Drinking water is good for all sorts of things. It even reduces oxidative stress that is responsible for all these chronic diseases. It reduces the risk of you having it because water naturally cleanses your body system. Now, if you don't take enough water, you are doing your body more harm than good, apart from the fact that you tend to eat and eat. Drink enough water. Then, if your diet lacks fiber, you will just continue to eat. Fiber has a way of staying in the stomach more than when you eat food that lacks fiber. Then, when you are distracted, you are eating and you are watching TV. You are eating and you are doing one thing or the other. You are writing, you are eating. You are doing this, you are eating. You don't know when you get full and you overeat. So it's good to eat, concentrate on the food you want to eat, and finish it before you do any other thing. If you have to heat with distractions on, know the quantity, don't overheat. Go for the quantity you should heat even when you are not distracted. Then when you do too much exercises, you burn calories and then you get hungry and then you eat more. This particularly athletes. If you have to do more exercises, then go for proteinous food. Don't just eat anything. I'm sure athletes don't just eat anything. But for us that want to lose weight and you think, how we exercise, how we run from pillar to post, how we do this, how we do that, how we go to the gym, and you are not eating. It has another disadvantage because it works on your metabolism and you reduce your metabolic rate, which is not so good for you. So it's good to do things moderately. Exercise moderately. Don't overdo it except you have another goal to achieve. Now, if you are drinking alcohol, not even too much alcohol now, if you are drinking alcohol, it makes you to get hungry. In fact, let me not go into the science of alcohol. Alcohol is not good for you. Alcohol is seen as an hard drug now because of the effect it has on your body. So stop it. Stop taking alcohol. Apart from the fact that it makes you go hungry, please stop it for your health's sake. When you drink your calories, you'll be hungry. You take soda, you take carbonated drinks, you take only fruit juice, you drink your calories and you are not eating it, you will be hungry. If you take a soda drink that contains 200 calories and you eat solid food of 200 calories, solid food of 200 calories will stay in your stomach for more than 3 hours. Drink of 200 calories can barely hold you for 30 minutes and yet the calories have been consumed. So don't always drink your calories, eat them instead. And then if you are always overstressed, you will also have issues with getting hungry. Stress will activate hunger hormones. So manage your stress. Like we said earlier, rest when necessary. And if you are on certain medications, some medications can make you go hungry. In such cases, go for food that will stay in your stomach for a longer period of time. Put enough proteins in your food when you are on medications that naturally will make you go hungry. And that's why I keep saying it. Contraceptives don't make your tummy big. It is your lifestyle. It is your way of life. Contraceptives have a way of making you going hungry, getting hungry. So you tend to eat more. But what do you eat? If you eat processed foods when you are hungry, because when you're on contraceptives, you eat more. You eat processed foods during those times, your tummy will be big. There is nothing you can do to it. It is not the effects of the contraceptives. It is what you are eating. It's what you are eating. I am on contraceptives. My tummy is not big because I control what I eat and I don't go hungry. What you eat is responsible for your big tummy. It is not contraceptives. It is not the CS. I did 3 CS. I had two kids. One is off. I had 3 kids. One is off. I have 2 now. For the 3, I did CS. And yet, I'm on contraceptives. And yet, my tummy is not big because I know what I eat. I don't go for processed foods. Cut off all processed foods. Watch your tummy for just 2 weeks. Cut off all processed foods and eat more of protein. And watch your tummy for 2 weeks. Weigh. Measure with just a rule. And watch your tummy for 2 weeks. It will come down. It will definitely come down without you using tummy wrap or anything. And that's why I keep telling people, what do you eat? When you are breastfeeding, what do you eat? You eat more of processed foods and then your body will blow up. You can breastfeed and your child will not lack any nutrients and you will not have excess weight. It depends on what you eat. What you eat at those periods. When you are pregnant, yes, you can't regulate the surge of hormones when you are pregnant. leave pregnancy stage, but immediately you give birth, 2-3 weeks after, and you are strong enough to stand up from your bed and cook yourself. Cook good foods, inculcate protein in your foods, do portion control. You will be full, your baby will be full, and you will maintain a very good weight. I did this for my firstborn, I did this for my secondborn, I did this after breastfeeding. I have experimented this with a lot of women. I'm a researcher, and it works. It is what you eat. You see tea, you take it. You see yogurt, you take it. You see coke or kinikan, you take it. They want to take pap, you load it with processed foods. You load it with yogurt, you load it with milk. You don't load it with protein. Those are the things that make breastfeeding women enlarge in size unnecessarily. It is not until you starve yourself, eat well, and you'd enjoy your body shape. Now, what do you do when you are hungry? Like I've said, apart from all the things I've said, plan your meals ahead of time. Don't be at the mercy of anything you see. I'm hungry, let me quickly eat maize. After eating maize, put rice on fire. My body is shaking after eating rice. No, plan your meals ahead. When you plan your meals ahead with the necessary nutrients that your body needs, you don't get hungry unnecessarily. And then eat nutrient-dense foods. Stop processed foods. Practice portion control. Drink water. Snack smart. How do you snack smart? Go for fruit and nuts for your snacks. Like I said earlier, 2 cooked food, 1 uncooked food. Fruit, nuts, seeds should be 1 uncooked food. And that's what to snack on, if at all you need to snacks. And then practice mindful eating. Enjoy your food. Even if it's small, enjoy it. And then get enough sleep. Manage stress. Be patient with your body. Be persistent with eating healthy. And you get your results. Wow, this video is about 15 minutes again. So thank you. Ask your questions on the group.